Hey, so good to see you today. I thought I would jump in and do something with stones and rocks. So let's just get ready right now to go for it. Stones are one of those things. There's so many ways you can do them. And for example, um, you can use the same technique with like bricks of different colors. And in fact, let me, just for fun, bricks look best and so do stones if they don't look perfect. So, and it's really kind of funny because sometimes it's hard not to be perfect because you're so used to kind of drawing things in a certain way. It sounds funny, but it's true, even if you don't want to be. And even if you're usually not good with something, you start laying them out and it's hard not to. So let's go ahead and look at, these are going to be bricks and these are going to be like rocks or stones, maybe like a little hill area. Maybe this is on a building. So you have the bricks going down on the side of a building. Okay, you with me so far? So there's several ways to do it and several very good techniques, but let me show you an easy one that I find really helpful and see if you like it too. How's that? Let me write. All righty. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint them all a neutral color. And I want it to be very blotchy. And I think that's something also, speaking of perfectly imperfect and not wanting things to be just too smooth and even and all of those good things. So I'm using yellow ochre and I'm just blotching it down. I've got a number 6 round brush. And I'm even acting like this is my palette over here, digging back into it. I'm not spending a lot of time. I'm just kind of slapping it on here. And I may break down and get some more paint. A little too much. Let me tap some of that off. So again, I want the, in this case, stones to just look rough, not look like pretty little, smooth, even toned, anything. I want them to be rough. And then you're just going to layer a bunch of colors right into them. So, ultramarine is a good one. Let me just go boom, 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 and then start blending it out a little bit. The yellow ochre tone and the ultramarine make a really nice kind of a slatish color. And that's what I'm looking for with these rocks. Just kind of a basic color, and I'm blending it right out. Instead of blending it on my palette first and coming up with a color, I want this to be kind of blotchy, I guess you could say, and it'll be more blotchy and less smooth and consistent if I do it right on the paper itself. And now I'm going to go ahead and just take a little bit of salt, just a little bit. You can tell I've been painting. I've got yellow on the inside. And I'm just going to kind of spread it out a little bit, just a little bit here and there, and just let it kind of marinate. And while that is hanging in there, let me go ahead and start on some bricks. How's that? So for the bricks, let me start with, as my base color, I'm going to pretend they're kind of semi-old-fashioned schoolhouse red bricks. How's that? So I'm starting with alizarin crimson. And again, I'm painting in a messy way. I bet you're going, really? Are you? All right, don't be smart with me. Yes, I am. As you can see, I'm going to go to burnt sienna for this because I want them to have that orangey tone to them mixed with the alizarin. Twin gold would be pretty in this too, wouldn't it? So again, I'm just tapping and blotching in. That's the word, blotching in. And the better that I can make it with them looking uneven, the happier I'm going to be. And let's go ahead and put a little yellow ochre here and there. And in this case, first thing I'm going to do is lift. Paper towels just can create such a wonderful look. And so I'm just going to go ahead and lift on the brick to have all that texture built right into it. Now, if I want to paint on top of it and lift again, let's go to burnt umber. That'll work just really nice. So I'm just tapping it in again. And I can leave it as is. Nothing wrong with those bricks. Or I can once again do my little trick I showed you, and that is use a paper towel that I'm lifting very cleanly exactly for that. So there is my paper towel again. So as you can see, we're just starting to get a really nice rough quality. I'm going to go back to this for a while this is drying. How's that? This is two-fisted painting, I swear. So with this one, I'm leaving the salt, and I'm going to go to a little bit of Payne's Gray just to add, once again, some more texture. And I'm just dabbing it in. I don't want it looking polka dotty or any particular pattern. I want it instead to give a rough quality to these stones. And you can go to any color you want. Notice I'm not moving the salt off. I'm painting on top of the salt. And I really like that look because the salt will grab some of the texture. And if I want to, and I'll do it on one of them at least, I can go ahead and lift a little bit. Let me do it on this one. Lots of lifting going on. So there I am lifting a little bit just to increase that look that we want. I'm going around once again just to go up to the pencil mark so we don't have any. I'm doing this nice and quick for you, but of course, take your time, enjoy the process. So there I am with those. I'm going to leave these to finish drying, at least surface, and I'm going to go back to the bricks. Now I'm thinking I might want a little bit more of a reddish look, and I'm digging into, let's see, what do I have handy that would be a good color? Maybe Aussie red gold with a little bit of the alizarin crimson. I like that color combination. Why not? So if I really want them to just pop out, there's another way to do it. You guessed it. And I'm not even worrying about my paper towel being clean or not. And it's fine as is. So there you go. That's the look I'm going for. I'm not going to do all of them because now what I want to do is show you the mortar. And for the mortar, I'm going to use, in this case, I'm going to use some Payne's Gray and use it very light, meaning some good water on it. Now you can use all different color mortar, as you know. But for this case, I'll just keep it kind of simple. And I'm just kind of going in between. And then the last thing, if I want to do it, which I do, the last thing I'm going to add, and again, think of this as being a nice little stone wall or stone fence or little curve up across a grassy meadow. So the last thing I want to do with this one is I want to put just a little bit of sap green, just a few spots here and there, just at the top to kind of indicate that it is outdoors and in a meadow. So that's the general look of a nice stone wall. And now for the brick. And I didn't finish these others. So let me just do a couple more so you see a little bit of continuity in the brick. I have some other colors that would be great, but I'm just sticking with some fairly well-known. Burnt sienna would be pretty on it. There's a lot of things you could do. So in this case, again, you want that mortar feeling. It's not quite dry as it should be. And if I were putting this brick wall all the way down on the sides, I might go ahead and pop in. I might do the whole thing in this color and then pop in with some a pastel, a white pastel pencil or a beigey one. But I'm going to stick with watercolor right now. And I think I'm going to do a little bit of too wet, too bad. But I think I would do maybe a little bit of yellow ochre. You get the idea. Of course, let it dry just a tiny bit. I made the mistake when I came back of fixing some of the colors on the brick. So I would either do something like this and just imagine that this is an old, in my case, I wanted them to really look like they belong on an old building. You know the type. So here we are with this look. And then here's the brick look, and I would continue down. Don't make them perfect bricks, but if you want them to look a little newer where they haven't chipped off, you can make them just a little bit less worn looking. I'm a worn looking kind of girl as far as old buildings and stuff. That's my thing. So I love that look and this look, but you certainly could do what you want with this. I hope it gave you some good ideas though for it. So let me know always, you know, if you've got any questions or ideas or something you want to see, let me know. Would you click, if you don't mind, subscribe or like? I'm new to YouTube. I've been teaching classes for over a decade, and I have a lot of little things I want to share just to, you know, always be open and giving you ideas of things that I learned and, you know, freely sharing them with you. So if you'd subscribe or like, and if you'd like to see some of my full classes, let me know. I have Zoom classes once and twice a week that are live and interactive. And I'm also on Patreon, patreon.com/Cindra, just my first name, Cindra. Have a great day. God bless. Bye.